All right, y'all. Welcome back to Thomas Talks. You already know we got the host here, Chris Ramsey, and my boy
Nico, Puerto
Yes,
Rican
sir.
Schultz, and we have some very special guests here today.
Very
Let's start off
special.
with the man to my left. State your name, my guy.
I'm Till.
I like that.
Next to Till, we have,
I'm Mika.
and then we have,
I'm Bennett.
and these are our international teammates, all from Germany.
We got
all
the Germany
super athletes, super cool people, and today we're going to show you what it's like to live with German athletes, train with German athletes, and be friends with German athletes. So.
All right, that's facts. That's facts. Hey,
Friends.
it's like, are we friends? Are we? No, but yeah, as my boy Nico
That's
said,
literally-
we got the best ones out here. We got the Germans, and we love to have a little bit more flavor over here. Being black isn't enough. There's only like maybe 3 of us, but the internationals, yeah, that's beautiful.
We maybe 4.
4 black? Okay, no, he's actually not wrong. Okay, so like he was saying, you guys are all super athletes. Like literally, how does it feel? Like, how do you guys feel going from like you were on the national team, right?
Yeah.
You
Not
were-
anymore.
No, not anymore,
We
not
all-
officially.
But she was.
were.
But
But
I'm
We all
basically-
were.
Everybody here is on the national. I never touched nationals. How does that feel? Like, what's that experience like?
You want to start?
Ladies first.
So, I mean, like, it's a really big honor to be on the national team, and I feel like every athlete aims for being on the national team and represent his own country. Especially you can compete on the international, how do you say, stage,
Yeah.
against other international athletes, and you make like connections all over the world, and it's just like a fun experience. So yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, what y'all got for me? Oh my gosh.
What happened?
No.
Alter Verschönheit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to represent your own country that you were born in, and it's a great experience to do that. And yeah, especially because you have like so many great athletes at these international competitions, which kind of push yourself and push the performance that you want to get. And yeah.
I mean, I agree with all.
Try to speak up a little bit to the microphone.
Okay, I agree with what all these guys said, and I mean, there have also some benefits. I know, like you get like special doctors, special treatment, stuff like that. That's just really nice to have.
I need some of that treatment.
I mean, besides that, I mean,
My
you
legs.
get introduced to like people who are like helpful right now, but who can be also really helpful in your later life, which is a nice benefit of being on the national team.
We never listed this, but Bennett is a 25-foot long jumper. Mikael, she is, what did you jump? 6? Were you like 6'5", 6'6"?
6'6".
6'6", right?
6'6",
6'6". You jumped 6'6"?
6'64".
6'64",
Oh,
right
that's
there.
Illuminati.
And then my boy Till, you're a heptathlete, correct?
Yeah, like
Decathlete.
both, like a multi.
Bro, he's a beast.
Yes, but then he also jumps 25 feet in long jump,
He's a beast,
which
yeah.
is just insane. I don't know how you guys do it. And going back, so American athletes, when you train in track and field, a lot of good athletes are in club, but they also represent the high school. Back in Germany, all of you guys represented the club team. There's no such thing as like high school sports, right? Isn't it just all like club, and it's just you have to go through a whole entire thing of school, and then track and athletics is just something completely different. Like walk us through that, and like kind of how that is, and like the stresses between school and a whole entire like other life beyond athletics.
Yeah, I think. Did you go to sports school or not?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, like
Sports school.
There's a sports
Till did a
school?
little different. He went to like a special high school, which actually supports.
You didn't?
No, which
Okay.
supports
So,
sports
yeah,
and school. Mika and me, we both went to like a normal German high school. I had like I don't know how many hours you had a week, but I think I had like 34, 35 hours a week. And then besides that, you have to like build your schedule around track somehow. It's pretty tough. Especially because like good facilities, good practices. It's not like something that you find everywhere. So usually it took me like every day at least 90 minutes to get there and get back.
Wow.
And then at least two and a half hours of practice in preseason, maybe a little shorter during season. So I mean, it's really time. It's a big time commitment.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely worth it. I love the sport. I don't do it just for the benefits. I do it because I love what I do. I want to get better at it, and I mean, I feel like it's a goal from all of us. to compete at the Olympics at one day. So
Definitely.
Hits me in my heart.
I'm telling you, bro.
All right, let's run a little bit from track a little bit. So I want to know what the food like is in Germany. So I've been to other places like outside of the U.S., but I've never been to Germany, y'all. What's that food like, y'all? Is it better than the food here, or what do we look at?
Healthy.
Healthier?
Healthier.
McDonald's isn't good for you?
I mean, I don't really like the traditional German food. It's really like heavy food, so I don't really like that. But like in supermarkets and like in general, you find more like healthy stuff in Germany. I think there's more like from local people, like farmers and stuff like that. And yeah, that's really nice. It's not like so much fast food.
Yeah. That's crazy. You agree? Same thing for you
Yeah,
guys?
I feel like it was kind of a shock to come here,
Yeah.
and see like a lot of unhealthy food, and that's just like a day-to-day like basis. Like I was in Chicago over winter break, right? No, over Thanksgiving. Thank you. And then we got Chick-fil-A for breakfast, and I was like, the fuck? Why would you do that with like honey? And I was like, and then last time at the track meet, they got like Chick-fil-A also as breakfast, and then Coach Pepin was like, yeah, you should put some honey on it, and I was like, I'm competing tomorrow.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's so weird. Like I would eat something like that before a competition. It's more like healthy things, or like something that gives you actually energy.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So yeah,
They don't
that's really
understand that.
different.
What I'm curious is, so, you know, different foods and stuff like that. Let's talk about different people and different stigmas. So I know there's a huge difference from people in Germany, people to here. I want to hear your guys' perspectives, and what was like the biggest shock, like culture change when you came here and you had to, you know, deal with us American people, and what has just been like the like, what? Like, why do you guys do that? Like, because walk us through some of like your situations and how it feels.
I know you should.
I mean, the stereotypical American in Europe is fat and stupid. Sorry for saying that, but like, I mean, this is how
You're fine.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
no,
this is how
yeah.
everybody in Europe like depicts it. So like, that's also like the joke.
That's
If
fair.
if you're traveling Europe as an American, just say you're from Canada, because it's like because like people respect you more. I mean, to be honest, I don't mind where you're from. I don't mind which religion you have. Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like how people depict Americans in Europe. I feel like one of the major differences is in Europe we are pretty straightforward, pretty straight up. And I feel like sometimes here it's more like people don't really talk to you. It's like more behind your back, and then like you find out about it like 2 or 3 days later, and it's just like it would have been so much easier if you just would have told me, because that's a major reason of conflict here. I
Yeah,
think.
I agree.
That's facts.
Yeah, I can agree as well. I feel like people are so sensitive. Like if you like be honest, you can see that everywhere at practice, even with friends or so. You have to like, how you say it in German, you say through the flowers, so really nicely, so that they don't feel offended.
Yeah.
Right.
And then in German you're just like, oh yeah, fuck you, like. And then the next day,
Next day you're good.
yeah, the next day it's fine. But we are just like direct, and I feel like some people they don't know that.
Yeah.
Funny topic,
Yeah.
sexuality too.
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
I also think that people here are like often like really talking like this shit sometimes, and just
A lot.
don't deliver. They just want to talk, or I don't know, they have their the idea to do that, but they don't really do it. In Germany, it's more like you do it and then you say you've done it.
Yeah,
and
right.
here it's more like you want to do it and then you're maybe gonna do it. Some people do, and some people don't. You know what I mean? But I don't really like that, so I like that it's like German like that.
Yeah,
And,
straight to the point, straightforward.
I feel like that would solve a lot of issues on the team.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
facts.
sometimes a little bit rude. I mean, but if you are used to that, that's nicer, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So let's tap in, yo. Have any of you guys ever been, like, I heard about this a little bit. Have y'all ever been to a red light district, or is that like only for certain ages?
I have.
You have?
Yeah,
Have
actually.
you? Tell me about it. I wanna know.
My city is I think the biggest red light district in
Really?
Germany,
I
right?
didn't
Hamburg,
know that.
Reeperbahn.
The big.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
oh my
it's-
god,
yeah.
I went through that.
Yeah, it's huge. Like there's actually
He loves it.
there's actually like a street where like women are not allowed to like be, because it's like all prostitutes like in the windows, and then you can basically like, I mean, I've never been with a prostitute, But you can basically walk through the street and like there are women in the windows, and you can say like I want to sleep with you, and then you can pay money. And I mean, it's everything is like straight up legal. In strip clubs, all that, like just sexuality wise, is Europe like way more open-minded.
Yeah, I feel like as a small child, you get like confronted with like the red light district pretty early. I remember that. I know that if I go to the central train station, that behind there mostly there will be like a red light district or something like that.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of cities like that.
Yeah, and then there are like also official ones and non-official ones. I mean, there are like some. I don't know, like my city's like we have like the really big official one, but then there are like also like small ones, which is called like Straßenstrich, which is basically like just girls standing on the street randomly, and then you can pick them up. And this is like also like they are usually like not necessarily like from Germany themselves, but they have like people basically own them, and then they do the work for them.
They be getting pimped out.
Yeah, like this is actually like big problem, like big like mob behind it. So
like Berlin or something.
Yeah,
cities like that.
They be getting pimped out. Jesus.
I mean, damn. Going back to what you said about like how sexuality and stuff's more open in Europe than it is out here. I mean, Bennett, you're a ladies' man too. I know you are too. Let me ask you, how's the difference between European girls and American girls? I know you've like cracked the code basically, and everybody here knows you. Every female knows Bennett. So what was it like coming here and just like, you know, talking to all these American girls and all of them just being all over you? Like what's that like?
What is it like? I actually like I prefer the European way.
Really?
Yeah, like in Europe, I don't know. Like it's more straight up. I mean, if like a girl, if I ask her out here, like she says yes, and like then when you actually go like actually want to hang out or like meet up, she's like betting out somehow, and that's just annoying. Like just tell me straight up, like yes, I'm interested. No, I'm not interested.
Yeah,
like, otherwise,
right.
I'm wasting your time. You're wasting my time. It's just annoying as fuck. Especially if you actually put effort in it, and if you like, I mean, if it happens once, I mean, it might be okay, but like, if it happened like on and on, it's
consistently,
it just annoys me. And yeah, just getting to know people is, I mean, pretty easy. I feel like, especially in Nebraska, like being foreign is like a big advantage.
Right.
And I mean, I don't hear my own accent, but everybody tells me I have a huge, like a really strong accent.
You have
so
a very
like
strong accent, Ben.
that. I don't, everybody tells me that. I don't really see why it's attractive. A lot of people think it's attractive. So, yeah.
What do you think, Till?
I mean, yeah, I don't really like that people are here like behind the back and stuff like that. And in Germany it's more serious, and I think it was like girls in general it's also more like straight and like right to the point, and it's not like just like this and this. It's more like, yeah, we're gonna do it or we're gonna do not. You know? It's not like the talking shit around all the things. You know,
straightforward,
straight to it. Yeah, straight to the business, which can sometimes be a little bit. Maybe it can be too much sometimes, but also it's nice to know. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I made a point.
Yeah.
So, Mika, let's flip it a little bit. Guys in America, okay? I remember me and you were talking, and, you know, there's very different messages between, you know, you can't tell if a guy's trying to be your friend or be more than friends. You know, what is your perspective, or what has been your situations out here since you've been here?
So, for me, like, back home, like, I feel like European guys are really scared to talk to you. Like, they would...
European guys?
Yeah. No, like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I get what she's saying. It's
to
like
be honest,
a lot
like,
of people are more shy here.
Before they actually like approach you and you know that they want something for you, it takes ages. It's like a whole process over months and months and months. And here it's like, okay, they are straight up forward. They'll be like, oh my god, you're pretty and everything. So that was actually really nice to be honest. I mean, which girl doesn't like when like a boy calls you pretty or something like that, or like appreciates you as a woman. So, yes. So yeah, no, it was really crazy that so many boys approached me here because I wasn't used to that. Because for me it was just like, okay, if a boy approaches me, it was like more friendship wise, and here it was like I thought it would be friendship, and then it went in the other direction, and I was like, fucking shit, oh my god. And
how many times did it happen?
Bro, a lot.
I know this. I'm asking a
lot. Every other day, some other dude trying to slide the DMs.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, Mika. Freaking damn.
Got the house, got the
Yeah.
streets,
Right.
and palms.
So yeah, but I mean, I feel like here it's not as serious as it comes. Like back home, it felt a little bit more serious because I feel like the guys think about it a little bit more. Here it's just like we say in German, you say 0815, like the same thing all the time. We got you pretty, and then I don't know, let's hang. But I don't know. I feel like the advantages and disadvantages for both sides, for both countries.
Yeah,
I agree.
America has a huge hookup culture. I wouldn't say that's like that big in Europe.
What?
In Europe, it's a little more serious.
Yeah.
We have a hookup culture.
Yes, we got a hookup culture.
Like
What?
huge hookup culture.
Yeah, in comparison to
To
Germany and Europe,
I mean,
think
like,
it's
you have to
bigger.
take Scandinavia out of that a little bit. Scandinavia is crazy when it comes to that.
Oh, you been out there?
I
okay.
That's why you
have,
know,
I have a lot of friends in Sweden and
Yeah,
Norway.
talk to me.
But yeah, but like Europe in general is a little like more.
I feel like for being a hookup culture, like when you go on parties or something like that, you don't like easily
Yeah,
hook
yeah.
up with
That's
girls
like it's
or
like
with
yeah, it's everything
boys.
in America. Everything is behind a curtain basically. Like at a party, like if you kiss someone, it's such a big deal. In Europe, I don't know. I've been to parties
Nobody
like,
cares.
Like,
Like-
nobody,
Nobody
because
cares.
I've seen girls kissing like 7 different guys in a night.
Yeah.
And, like that's so normal. Like if nobody gives
I
a
don't know
straight
if I
fuck.
want to see that. like you
No,
kiss
no,
me, you go
like,
kiss
yeah,
you. That hurt my
no,
heart.
like nobody cares. And here it's such a big deal. Like
Yeah.
kissing one person at a party.
It's
Yeah.
it's very weird out here. I mean, I've never been to Germany, but I know like just from the party scene in Nebraska at least, like it's very like everyone's like shy to come out and do stuff or like, you know, act out or be themselves really unless they get a whole bunch of shots in and then they're like all over the place. But at that point, it's like so yeah, I most definitely know what you feel. Speaking of drinks, yo, how old like are you guys able to be like when y'all drink like y'all first?
Legally?
Legally in Germany, you can start when you're 16.
Legally?
16.
16 for
Okay.
beer and wine. I think everything below 15%, right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
okay.
below 15.
Have y'all ever been to Oktoberfest? Is that's out there?
Not the original one, but like there
Yeah,
are like
not
smaller
the-
ones all over Europe, all
Okay.
over Germany, and like I've been to smaller one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I know. I
I've
wanna-
never been.
No.
No, I don't drink.
Oh my
like,
gosh, this
I
girl.
don't like, and especially I don't
Oh,
like
that's
beer,
fine.
so it's fine.
Beer's great. Also, like American beer, terrible.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
American beer?
is
Terrible. It's like
like
fucking
water. I swear,
Dang,
it's
that
like
is-
that.
I don't like it either. I don't like it either. Dang.
It's just like water.
Yeah, and like also like public intoxication stuff like that. In Europe, you can drink in public. You can drink while you drive.
What?
Like, you can
You can
open,
drink while
yeah,
you
you have
drive?
you can have open containers in the car. As long as you're under the limit, you can really have a beer while you're driving.
I think that's stupid about here. You can't have an open container.
it's like in Europe, nobody cares. Nobody.
Be safe. Don't
I mean,
crash.
they care when you drive with too much.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
Then
they,
they
then
care
they-
actually.
Then
but-
they care.
And the limit is not that high. It's maybe like two or three beers.
Mm.
Like, so it's like if you go to a party and then you drink maybe something in the beginning of the party and then don't drink for like 2-3 hours, you're fine. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's not like you can
Yeah.
be super drunk
And
and
then also
drive.
like in America, like driving under the influence, especially like drinking, way bigger than in Europe. In Europe, I barely know people who drive when they drink, and here everybody does it.
yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's so
really safe
crazy.
about that. I don't.
I feel like so many people in Germany have more respect.
Yeah,
Driving and
yeah,
drinking.
like this also like
It's
this
very
like this like the
selfish.
thing like what happens here when everybody gets to college, like everybody's getting fucked up for the first 2 years. There's in Germany when we were like 14, 15, 16.
14,
And also like I mean like some people
But
are
but you
like
get it out the way though.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
and especially here at home, like my parents also, like, I mean, my parents are really chill. I think your parents are really chill too. My parents bought me fucking vodka when I was 14, 15. Then I brought it to parties because they said I'd rather buy you this stuff, and then I mean, I know what you drink, then
Yeah.
like you get it from somewhere else. I mean, there are always the spots where you can buy like drinks as a minor, where you don't even have to show your ID in Europe, but it's more safe.
Yeah.
Your parents know what you're doing, and then when you're coming to college, like you can actually like handle yourself. I mean, there's always like nights where you go a little harder than usual, but in general, like
I think also like one big point for drinking is like a life change when you're like 14. It's called like Jugendweihe, and right.
this is part of Germany, no mine.
And
Keep going.
and that's when you're 14, and that's when basically everybody like starts drinking or starts trying out to drink something, and
Yeah.
then most of the parents are fine, especially at that date when you have that party for a life change. The parents are fine that you can try out that or something.
Yeah.
And some parents are more strict and some are not, and
Well, were your parents strict or were your parents not?
I mean, I think they're pretty in the middle. So they are not too strict, but also not too.
My man was turning up. Straight it up.
What do you guys think about the level of competition here? Because I feel like as soon as you guys came here, you guys just like instantly started breaking all these records. Like you, for example, aren't you like number 3 right now on the decathlete leaderboard, like all time in Nebraska history?
Top 5, yeah.
Top 5 all time. And then didn't you jump within the top 10 mark as well? As your first
Yeah.
meet, you were like nationally ranked like number 7 in the nation.
Only meat, bro.
That her only meet of the
Crazy.
season, and she literally dropped the number 7 national time. Like it's just insane. So like the level of competition and how hard you guys train out there, and then you come here and you're just blowing everybody away. Like what is it like training wise out there? Like is it really that difficult, or are you guys more used to it because you're just doing it every day?
So,
I-
you want to start?
Yeah, okay. I think in general, like the level of performance is really high here, especially in the NCAA, and I think like in general, like it's a lot of people and a lot of people that go at these marks. And in Germany, I don't think there's like this much of a depth in that performances, because there are just maybe 2 people that jump around that mark, but not like, I don't know, 30 or something.
Oh,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Or like this year in the mile, for example, that was crazy
They
how
were
fast I
cooking.
went
Jesus.
and how many people. And yeah, I mean, also Mika, she was like, she went like 3rd at the European Championships, so that's not like, she's not like somebody who does a little bit long jump, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's pretty good, and that's,
Pretty good.
That's why I would say that mark also came for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like just what makes a huge difference, why there's a lot of competition here, because there's so many people doing it.
And
Like,
money.
yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of money as well, and like back home, track and field is not a huge thing. Like
Really?
you cannot live as an average person from track and field. Like you don't have a lot of sponsors. You have to like break national record in Germany to get like a good contract. Literally,
Not even national. You have to be like internationally super successful.
no, I mostly was national. I was, yeah, I got.
Like, that-
I mean,
So-
if you break a national record, you're
You,
gonna be
you will
you're gonna-
get a sponsor in my
Yeah,
opinion.
but
No, you gotta be
what's,
si-
what's the sponsor? Like, I mean, you get
I mean,
like
like,
50K. Like, think about like what like soccer players in Europe.
can-
get.
I feel like you
I know
cannot-
people like who are like 16 who are on like almost a million.
I feel like you
Here.
can never like compare it to soccer, because soccer in Europe is a huge thing. Like there are
Billions of dollars.
billions
Oh
of
my God, I
dollars
should've
in
played
that
soccer, for
industry.
real.
Like I've worked in a trainer facility, right? And I was like treating a soccer player in my age, like directly my age, and I was like working there because I was like graduated high school and everything, and he was like maybe same level in the sports as me, and he said yeah, he dropped out of school because he knows that in soccer there's so much money, and he got under contract, and that's why. And I was like I was like done with high school, because I know without having like any degree in my sport or after my sport, or if I'm injured, I'm fucked.
Right.
And for them it's just like, okay, as soon I'm in soccer and have a contract, I have everything. I don't need to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Not anything. They gotta play too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so much
Like
easier.
comparing like also like soccer practice to like track practice.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like it's a fucking joke. It's like also, yeah, like that's like what's like a big reason why we come here. I'm in Europe. We usually start like practicing super early, pretty much like a professional. I don't know like how it was with you guys, but the way I practiced in Germany was like way more professional than here. And, like,
No, I don't think so.
yeah, yours is different. Like, I mean, like your programs are insane, but if I compare my program back home then to here, it's like way harder practices, longer practices. I was doing like
Longer.
I
don't
was
think so.
I was dying in preseason from that September to November, and I mean I barely ever had the feeling here that I was like dying.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was worth it though. 'cause
Yeah,
you
but
come
like
here
okay,
and-
but that's also like the difference. In Europe, or like let's look at Germany. Like Germany is like, as a junior, like when you're young, we're really good if you see the competition worldwide. But then the moment it gets professional, like I mean, males, females, we suck. And this is because we are training so professional at young ages. And in the USA, you come to college, you played maybe like probably like most guys football, let's say some track, and I don't know like what else you did, like
Basketball.
yeah, maybe some basketball. So like I mean, you kind of trained a good amount, but you never really like trained specifically for the sports you actually like do in college. And if you actually start practicing, like if you get into lifting, if you like fix your technique, what a lot of people don't do here, like most of the like techniques are terrible. That's my stopwatch right there. Then like people get like huge improvements, and this way we see all these great marks in the NCAA right now, and they like never even came close to that in high school.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
What brought you guys here to Nebraska? Because as you know, Germany is super, super far away. Like, of all the places, why here?
I can start. I mean, first of all, probably like school in Germany, it's like super hard to combine like sports and academics.
Right.
It's pretty much impossible. You have to focus on one or the other.
Dang.
Both doesn't really work out together. And
No.
it probably will, but then you actually then you have no life for like a couple of years. And I mean here you still have like a social life besides track and school.
Right.
Second
If you
thing
don't do
is
architecture.
as we said as we said earlier, NCAA has just like a lot of money which they like invest in like facilities, stuff like that. Which is really nice. We don't really have facilities like that in Germany, especially like if you look at our indoor track, we have probably nothing comparable in Germany, which actually stands right now. I mean, the one on Leipzig is really nice, but they build it up once a year for like nationals, and that's it. And the outdoor track we are getting right now is, it's going to
I
be
went there today. It's
super.
huge.
Yeah, it's going to be super nice.
9 lanes.
And I mean, then
It's like
Of course.
9 lanes on the one side, and it could fit like 9 other lanes on the right next to it. It's like super
Oh
wide.
my god.
We got a
I'm
new
gonna go
track.
up there
This is what we're
tomorrow.
talking about. Nebraska just got a brand new track and field. They've been working on for 2
I think
years.
Wow.
$14 million.
Insane.
That's insane. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay,
need
so
that money in my
coming back,
pockets.
and I think like I mean,
We'll
we
take
don't.
one.
I mean,
I'll take it.
it's obviously also like the offer we all got.
Right.
I mean, yeah, money definitely played a big role too.
100%.
That's facts. That's facts.
Same thing for you too.
Yeah, I mean, like I knew I wanted to study architecture, and to get a good degree in architecture, there are not like extreme, like so many options in Germany. There are like some good places where you can study really good architecture, but it's not like a common major, I would say.
Right.
That's why like a lot of universities have business or whatever, yeah. But architecture isn't a common major. That's why like the places where I would have gone, there would be just somewhere, and then I don't know where I have to practice. So it's like doesn't work out at all with sports. So I knew I wanted to go to America, and after getting different offers, I looked into like the track program obviously, and the school program too, and decided to come here.
Yeah. Okay. Mika.
Yeah, I don't know. I started it pretty early, like the process coming through the US, and I started from this point where I had like no support as an athlete back home, where I was injured all the time, and I'm like a child. I'm the oldest of 3, so I was thinking about my siblings as well because sport is expensive,
Yeah.
and I was just like, okay, I just want to relieve my parents a little bit, and so that they don't have to worry about me because I'm getting older as well,
Yeah.
and I cannot like be dependent on my parents all the time. So yeah, I started that, and then over the years, I like last season, I had a really good season, obviously, but I was still like, okay, I want to try it out and see how it is in the US because the facilities are so different. They are huge. You can not compare that to
At all.
Germany. You just have to be elite to get the same facilities as
You
young.
can. I don't
like-
think you can.
No,
get
even
the
if
facilities there
if
at
you're
all.
elite, you will not get that stuff.
Yeah,
in
but
Germany.
I mean,
Even if you're the
Wow.
best, you can't. You would not be able to combine architecture and track
when,
how I
when
do
you
right
think
now.
about Kienbaum or something like that,
I mean, that's-
it's not every day, it's not daily, yeah, for sure. But I mean, you get it at least. I mean, there's some people
Kienbaum is not
they never
compared.
got like
You can't
physiotherapy or like trainer or something like that. But if you're in
Kinda.
you know,
Kinda trainer, kinda. You know? Depends
Yeah.
on how you look at trainers.
Yeah.
But
Well, you got another question?
I was gonna say like that's insane though how we have all these facilities here like all across the U.S. and you guys are saying there's no place like that for real over there unless you're like elite or elite. That's all I really had to say. What was you about to say, bro?
I was gonna ask. So going 3 years down the road, you guys finish college. What is gonna be your plan? Do you want to go back home, or would you consider living out here? For like, if you were to get a house and like settle down, like, what do you guys think? Personally,
I mean, I don't really mind where I'm gonna live. I just don't want to live in Nebraska. I want to live like somewhere like
Fair.
probably like
I can see you living like LA or something.
yeah, I
like,
want to live somewhere warm.
Florida.
I don't know, like something
Florida.
like with like at least mountains or like the beach or like something where you can actually do something around the
Something
city.
nice.
Right.
Something
Yeah.
nice. I mean, the state of Nebraska is like Lincoln is not terrible when like school is going on, but like right
Yeah.
now in spring break, like nobody's here. It's like it's boring as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
practice every day,
So I like
That's fun.
I kind of want to move somewhere else, but I mean, if I go back to Germany, I don't mind. If I move somewhere completely else, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to like get a good job. Want to like start family maybe at one point. when I find the right person,
Back.
and
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where it is.
It's you. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely want to do a master for architecture, which is pretty much necessary if you want to be successful in architecture. And yeah, I don't really know if I want to do that in the US or maybe in Germany. I just don't know. No. And yeah, maybe I will stay in the US, maybe not. So I don't know about that too. But I've been traveling a lot recently through the US to see different cities and different parts of the US, and I really like Chicago. Also for like living there, I really liked it because the size is like the right amount for me, and yeah, but I don't know yet. We'll see what comes.
Yeah.
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 That time.
And for me, it's like, I don't know yet. Like,
Yeah.
if I don't see me living in the US, to be honest, like for college, it's all right. But if I think about getting children here, it's just like health insurance and all that
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
which is like a
we
huge
freaking-
thing.
oh my gosh.
And I just feel like some values you have is not something that my child should have and also get, because I feel like at some point some people are not as smart as they.
What values do you leave by that? What values?
I don't know, like ruling the country, like health insurance is
Oh,
like
yeah.
my one value, or like, I don't know, like, I feel like there's so many
Being on
extremes,
par.
like here being, there's so many maybe Trump supporters, and you can tell,
got you.
yeah, there's some people that are very narrow-minded,
Yeah.
so many people, they don't know about the outer world, like Europe or something like that, and
That's true.
we Europeans, I feel like we know so much, and I just feel like, if I think about my children, especially, I feel like it's better
Yeah.
to like go outside of the U.S.
How do you guys feel like when did you guys having to like learn English? Like, how do you guys feel about people who come to Germany and don't know any German? It's like that language barrier. Because I know like you guys, is it like mandatory for you guys to learn English?
Pretty
Kind
much.
of. Yeah. I mean,
It's-
I started learning English, I think, in the 5th grade.
In the 5th grade?
And that's usually how it is, I think, for most of the people. And then you have it like as a required language, basically.
To graduate.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it always depends. I started when I was in grade 2, 3.
Grade 2.
But my English really sucked until I moved to Canada when I was 17. Lived there for a year. Learned the language, had just a good life. Came back to Germany, finished my high school degree. And since then,
Very cool.
my English improved a lot. So before that, it was terrible. But also, I think, like, you learn a language actually talking, not just by learning, like, grammar and stuff like that.
That's true.
And I mean, obviously, if you have it like, I don't know, like twice a week or something in class, you're not gonna like learn talking so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Back to the question, if we're offended if nobody speaks German.
Yeah.
Not at all, because I mean there are like maybe 3 countries that speak German. So German is not a really represented language all
Yeah.
over the world. So
It's difficult to-
yeah, and it's difficult to learn. Our grammar is hard
It's
and
very,
everything.
hard
Yeah,
to
and
listen.
I feel like pronunciation for other countries is hard as well.
Yeah.
So we are not offended. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, like almost everybody in Europe and Germany speaks English, so
Oh,
it's
okay,
helpful
so it's
too.
fine. All right.
So like here, where like most of the people just speak English and maybe like maybe some Spanish and maybe some German, but in
Like this.
Germany actually like a lot of people like speak at least 2, some 3, 4 languages. That's kind of common.
I need to tap in, bro.
Right, for
Shit's
real.
insane. We over here just. Oh, you don't.
I don't even know Spanish.
Yeah, I'm like,
Listen, I'm half Puerto Rican. I don't
Puerto
know
Rican
Spanish.
short.
That's
So-
actually, we talked about that
Come to
before.
Puerto Rican.
I don't even know Spanish. Like, I can dance a little bit, but like that's about it.
The
I
bachata.
can't dance for shit.
But that's language too, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a menace. But no,
yeah.
you got another topic or?
Tapped.
I wanted to try something for like the end of the
Oh,
video.
yeah.
Could you guys have a conversation just for like I don't even care how long, for like 30 seconds. And I was gonna translate it for those watching, but I want you guys to have a full conversation in just German, and I was gonna
About
translate
what?
it.
About what?
Chris, what do you think? What do you think of a cool conversation you just list about?
Do y'all know? All right, bro. I don't know.
What if you guys just for like 30 seconds just like bashed Americans?
Oh
What if,
my
like,
God.
you just say like
Hey, if you're watching this and you're German, go ahead and put this in the comments.
We
Man,
can
we.
just talk about the podcast and be like what we think. or
Yes, you
something
can
like
Okay,
talk
that's
for
a
30
good
seconds
idea.
about the podcast.
Yeah.
Set, go.
No.
Ich finde die Idee eigentlich tatsächlich ganz gut. Also ich dachte als erstes, das ist richtig unnötig. Ich hatte eigentlich gar keinen Bock drauf. Aber jetzt zum Ende hin fand ich die ist eigentlich echt ganz gut. Die hatten echt ganz gute Fragen entwickelt. Das Setup ist ja auch echt ganz gut mit dem
Ja.
Enzo im Hintergrund.
Ja.
Das bockt eigentlich ein bisschen.
Kann
I agree.
man machen.
Kann
Das
man-
Setup ist eigentlich ganz gut. Mikrofon ist gut und so und also
Ich würd-
ja,
ich
ich
würd
finde auch,
sich-
wenn man so ganz, sag ich mal so mal jetzt so German Edition macht, ist eigentlich ganz nice.
Das ist ein bisschen Abwechslung, ne?
Ja, wenn man nochmal so Leute reinbringt, die einfach interessant sind, dann ist das halt auch interessant so.
Ja,
Weißt du,
also
meine?
ich finde schon, dass sowas echt Zukunft hat. Also ich finde sowas echt Spaß, alle Internationals.
Ja, das wäre auch ganz
All
gut.
the international.
Yeah.
Like all
all-
internationals.
Oh
Like,
shit, we're gonna
uh,
have to get some more. We talked about that, but we're gonna have to get another one of these babies.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
We like actually need like a yeah.
Like a
because-
whole
We're gonna get a new
nice
setup.
Just take this one right there.
Yeah, like the big mic.
Oh yeah, just like
Pass it around.
So-
Each topic.
All
But
right.
yeah.
Actually, like get the ones that's like hooked to your.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Like everybody gets headphones.
Not headphones,
Oh.
like just here.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah,
a
it's
wireless
like
mic.
Everybody
Nice.
can use
Oh.
the AirPods.
Yeah, but like connecting it is just gonna be like weird.
It's gonna be a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
But
even
the-
hard. Because
they
like
got
we gotta match the audio
Ow.
to like what we record. So like we have to like cut it perfectly so that every single like your mouth moves. Every
How long
single
does it
time you
take it
talk.
to cut?
Oh, not. It's not. It depends. It's just
Sometimes
not
it's
bad.
20 minutes and sometimes it's probably 2 hours.
Oh my
Today it's
God.
gonna be 2 hours.
Probably.
We're gonna win that.
As long as we get the start. We
Yeah, as
should
long as
be
we get the
cool.
starts.
We gotta get the start.
It works decent. But yeah, this is. Thank you guys for joining our podcast.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Of
Thank you
course,
for
of
having
course.
us.
You already
Very
know.
fun.
It was
On the
fun.
Timeless Talks, we got the Germans up here, the internationals, lovely group up here. We're going to try to have some Jamaicans up here next time. We'll see how it goes, though, of course. We love the conversation. I loved hearing about the lifestyle up there and comparing it. I love hearing about the stereotypical Americans. I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad I'm not one of those. How do y'all see black people? No, we.
Super open-minded. I'm not even kidding.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I love that. Okay, bet.
200 likes for part 2.
200 likes
200 likes
for
for part 2.
Hey, yo, Timeless Talks, though.
Peace.